All right, guys, we're gonna start. So, first off, who is excited about the new diamond bonus? You could just like wave your hand if you're on mute. That's cool. Like my whole screen is like waving. Um, so they've never done this before, where first time anybody reaches the rank of diamond in the month of August for the first time. Doesn't matter if you joined a year ago or if you joined this month. You will get a $5,000 diamond bonus. So we're going to be focusing a lot on how to get to diamond and this month in general. And we're going to talk a little bit about that on the Zoom. And we're going to also, since it's the first of the month, we're going to also go into kind of like what we do or what we should be doing the first of the month, what I do the first of the month to get my month going in the right direction. And what else? That's about it. So, okay, so the first of the month is really important. And I wish, some part of me always wishes that we had like a day break in between the last day of the month and the first day of the month, because it's like last day hits and you're pushing for, a bigger paycheck, whatever, and then you're like, oh my gosh, why can't I rest? But I'm telling you, it's worth it. So the first of the month, this month, I feel like I've been so excited today, more so than other months, and maybe it's because of the diamond bonus. I'm so excited for you guys to reach it and to help other people reach it. So what I do on the first of the month is I kind of go over what happened the month before. I cannot hear this. And sometimes we have a really good month, and sometimes we have a month where we're like, okay, I know what I did wrong. I know what I wasn't doing enough of. So I want you guys to go into your eSuite. Make sure you have a notepad or something down, and you don't need to do this right now, but and I want you to just look at your numbers. Look at where your group volume was. Now, if you don't have any distributors under you, your group volume and your personal volume will be the same. Once you start getting teammates, you'll have group volume, which will account for all of the volume underneath of you, as well as your personal volume. So you kind of just want to look at your volume. Did you have a less productive month? Did you have a decline? Did you have an increase? And then think about what you were doing more of or less of. And I want you to set a goal for yourself. So set a goal. Can you guys hear me as well? Okay. I don't know, like my volume's way up. So. Okay.
Me too, Mommy, me too.
And if you have background noise, would you please mute? Okay, so I want you to set a goal for yourself. Personal goal for volume, personal goal for group volume. A lot of you know if you're pushing for a certain rank, like Ruby, you can maintain either by having your chart filled out each month like we do, or you can maintain with volume, overall volume. So Ruby is 4,000 volume, so maybe that's something you're shooting for. The other thing that I do every single month is I print out my steps to success, either on the end of the 31st or the 30th, whatever day was the last day of the month, or I do it on the first of the month, whichever I feel like doing. So I will print my steps to success. And then what I do is I also go in, and I don't have a Ruby chart. I don't have the steps. That's not what I meant. I don't have the steps to success printed right here, but on it, I will put down, and you can write it on the front of it or you can write it on the back of the chart, whichever you want to do. I will write down all of my potentials that I've talked to that seemed more serious about the business. I also write down I gotta close Facebook because my notifications are going nuts. Let me check and make sure nobody needed me real quick. Okay. So I go ahead on my steps to success, which if you are new, the steps to success are our game plan, our roadmap for the month. So that means 3 distributors and 4 loyal customers is what we shoot for every single month. So that's always our goal. So you want to write down, after you print that out, you write down all of your potentials and you start filling it in with their names. And, those people might sign, they might not sign, but you need that visual. You need to know, like, these are people I've talked to. You need to get that flowing out of you to see that it's obtainable. So I write all my potentials down, and then, of course, I will go back to that and check them off, or make sure I'm following up with those people, and I will add to it throughout the month too. The other big part about this is we need to set goals. So I want you to be more specific with your goals. I don't want you to say, I am diamond, or I don't want you to just say steps to success. I want you to be more specific. So we want to set goals as far as, how many followers we're going to get, how many people we're going to blitz, how many wrap parties we're going to host. Maybe you're going to do your wrap party by yourself online for the first time. And you guys, I don't know how many of you are doing that, but on that subject, I thought about it the other day. I think I did my first online wrap party in my first 30 days. I had no idea what I was doing. And I kind of pieced together bits and pieces of other wrap parties that I had seen go on online. And I just did it. I didn't know what I was doing. But I feel like stepping out of my comfort zone and being like stepping into a leader's shoes when I had no teammates under me, it just, I don't know, it flipped a switch in my mindset. So if you guys aren't doing online wrap parties, stop making up excuses about, you won't have many people show up, or what if you're slow at hosting, or what if you answer something a little incorrectly, or whatever. Like, who cares? Just go after it. You can use the template that I have on the team page. It's in Evernote, and just tweak it. Or you can do your whole own party, or you can do a live Facebook party like we did the other night if you're comfortable with that. And I will tell you that I wasn't comfortable with it. So by saying if you're comfortable with it, I really mean you're never going to be comfortable. You just have to do it. So back to the goals. Specific goals are, how many wrap parties are you going to have? Followers, interaction, how many new people are you going to talk to or want to talk to? Or maybe you're going to create a new hundreds list. My list when I first started, if you're not familiar with a hundreds list, is just writing down every single person you know that you think could benefit from one of the products, or might want one of the products, or might want to make extra money. You write down all of your potentials. Okay. I'm not sure who's here. I don't even know if there's like an option for me to mute everybody. I don't see it. Okay. So I totally lost my, what was I saying last about goals?
The hundreds list.
Yeah.
Hundred list.
The last thing you were talking about was wrap parties or hundreds list. Yeah.
Hundreds list. Okay. So a hundreds list is something that you can create every single month. One of the videos I watched recently was saying, like, if you started this business a year ago and you made a list of all these people that you thought, you were going to contact about the products or the business, don't just keep pulling up that hundreds list that you have already gone through and messaged people on 100 times, because that list might be kind of dead. So you always need to be reinventing your hundreds list. And maybe your hundreds list isn't 100 people. I know, when I started this business, I literally had like 2 friends. I had no warm market at all. Like, I'm not a super social person. I spend all my time at home. So, I had to branch out. I had to think of like, my mom's friends and, other family members and people that I went to school with that I don't talk to that much, but I kind of talk to, and But I think that my hundreds list was like 35 people. So don't be embarrassed if it's not 100, but that's fine. That's why we are in network marketing, to network more and to grow our circle. So all of these goals, you have to just get really specific. I feel like if your goals are really watered down and just like, oh, I'm going to be diamond, you're not going to be diamond. You need those specific goals to take intentional steps to get you to where you need to be. So we've got the beginning of the month, print out your steps to success. Write down all of the people that you've spoken with that seem more serious about the business or about being a customer. Write that on that paper. We're going to write down our specific goals that we can see them every single day, every morning. I think it's really important to look at them in the morning, because I feel like, for me at least, the morning can make or break my day. If I feel like I don't want to get out of bed, or if I feel, if I think a negative thought in the morning, whatever, that can totally snowball my whole day. So make sure that you've got that positive stuff in front of you in the morning. Let's see. We talked about writing down what works or what worked for you and what didn't work. A lot of us have had slower times, or times where we felt stuck or whatever. And then we've had times where we put 200% effort in, and maybe it took a while. Maybe it took a week or 2 weeks or a month or 2 months to get the flow going again. But writing down what worked and what didn't work in those times will help you remember, do more of what works. If something works for somebody else, it may not work for you. If it worked for them, or if it worked for you, it might not work for them. Get back to your basics. Remember what worked in the beginning. A lot of people have really good luck. Well, not luck, but really good business the first month because they're excited. They're getting those 4 loyal customers. Maybe month 2, they keep going and they've got a couple customers. They signed a distributor, and then they feel like they fall off of that. Well, what were you doing in that time that was so much different than what you're doing now? I guarantee you it was probably a lot of excitement that you're not putting out now. And it was probably just more effort in general in all areas because you felt that first initial boom with your business. So writing those things down is very important. How did you guys think the wrap party went? I wanted to ask about that, the live wrap party that we did. Did anybody get any business, or did you feel like it was more interactive, more exciting? Or you can just nod, you don't have to talk.
Can you hear me? I'm at dinner. One of my potential distributors is really excited after that.
Good, because I feel like, I don't know about you guys, but I was really excited to hear it. And I think the difference was like, for people to see the products, maybe they're just sitting on a shelf behind me, or maybe the diffuser was going or whatever, but people like that hands-on stuff, and they like to watch. People like to watch, live video. They say that pictures are now and video is the future. So, pictures are amazing, but that video, the video that you guys do on your own pages, whatever pulls people into your life, it does so much more than just text, or photos. So I think it went really well. I want to do another. It was my first time, I'm going to plan it out a little better, but I think we're going to do another one of those this month. And we're also going to do possibly another wrap party that's just an opportunity or an opportunity wrap party like we did at the beginning of July or mid-July. So we're going to be doing both of those. Okay, so was somebody
Can I say something?
Yeah, go ahead.
Me. What I was going to say about the video, I felt like there was a lot less interaction from people, like aside from all the distributors. So I was thinking maybe if we did like a half and half, like do, oh, hey, here's a video with the products, whatever, and then still do the regular post. Kind of switch it up a half and half so you get more questions and things like that.
Yeah, maybe if we maybe if I have somebody else that posts during or something, I feel like it'd be hard for me to stop from doing that and then switch to that. So maybe we could do that, just some basic stuff with more detail about the wraps or more detail about a couple things. That might be good. And then I think that'll get people, because people like to comment too. Sometimes they're afraid to like comment and then have to be reacted to. So maybe that would be a little different, but I'll do some brainstorming and figure that out. I'm thinking it might be easier too to just, I like the idea of multiple people doing videos, but I feel like people don't pay attention enough and they might just get distracted and think we're done after the first video and then not watch the other leaders or teammates talk about what products are coming up next. So maybe it would be better to just do one solid live video, and I think we would retain more people that way, because if you look, like each time we went live, it had less views. So I'll do some brainstorming on it and see how we can get a good outline going for that. Okay, so let's talk about Diamond, since that's what we're all excited about, and the $5,000 bonus. Something I watched earlier, I forget who it was that said it. It might have been, I can't think. But basically, it kind of puts it into perspective. Why are we doing this? Do we have time to do this? Is it our first priority? Can I make it work around my schedule? How on earth am I going to get to Diamond? There's all these thoughts that go through our head. And I was telling John the other day too, although we're tired at the end of the day and I feel like, gosh, I wish I had more time in my day. There is so much more time in our day than we realize. There is so much more that we can do, running 200% right now in a short amount of time. I watched a video earlier of a distributor. She's an ambassador, and she went Diamond in her first 30 days, which is it's work. But she kind of talked about how, and she has 3 little children under 3 or so, I believe. And she talked about how, yes, it was hard. Yes, it took her away from her kids. Yes, she was exhausted. I think she was still working at that time. But let's say, I think she went triple in 90 or 100, maybe 120 days. So 4 months she went triple. And if it means like a long night every single night, or 6 days of the week, or whatever it is, if it means that you have to do a few less activities with your kids, or, put something like cleaning or whatever on the backboard, 90 days or 120 days to get to triple Diamond is incredible. The kind of income that this company allows us to make in such a short amount of time, like we're like, oh gosh, work. Oh, I don't want to follow right now. I don't want to do this. I don't want to push myself. I don't want to show up on that Zoom because I'd rather watch Netflix, which I really, really would like to watch Netflix right now, or do some, I told John that. I was like, I just want to go be on Pinterest and do a little shopping. But you know what? The push now is worth it. So 120 days, say, she went triple in 120 days. And she put all of these things that she had to, her kids were saying, oh, I miss mommy. I wish mommy didn't have to work tonight again. Those things are so short. Like 90 days is so short. Imagine working that hard at anything else and being paid that kind of money. There's nothing that we could do. You can't even get a bachelor's degree. If you ran, you could do it in less than 4 years, but 4 years to get a bachelor's degree and make 30,000 or 50, or, depending on what you're doing, hoping you get a job that pays what you're wanting. We can run in this business. And I mean, run. Like, you have to be so excited. You have to be just just a machine, an It Works machine. You can do it, but you have to be running. In 90 days, you could bring in $5,000 or $10,000 to your business. Like, why wouldn't we do it? So the quote that that somebody said earlier was, like, if you want it bad enough, you will find the time to get a comma in your paycheck. I remember my first several months, I was like, I'm never going to see a comma. It's not going to happen. I will never see a comma in my paycheck. And I can tell you from personal experience, when you're building, your paycheck is slow. It's slow, it's slow, it's slow, and it feels kind of steady at the same place. And then magic happens. That consistency pays off. When you hit Emerald, your pay, like, it takes a big jump up. Then when you hit Diamond, that money, it hits the commas. It hits, they call it a license to print money for a reason. That's when you see the big boom. That's when all that consistency pays off. So it's an amazing feeling when you've built your business from the ground up and you can put a comma into your paycheck. And it just is about choosing to do what we need to do instead of what we want to do now. So, work the next 90 days, do a 90-day push. Do it for your family, because in 90 days, they're not going to remember, hey, mommy was a little red-eyed and crazy for 90 days. They're going to think, oh my gosh, now she's got more time with us, or now she's a full-time stay-at-home mom, or now we're going on an amazing vacation. It's just a short amount of time to gain the kind of income and residual income that you can gain. So talking about Diamond, what does the Diamond chart look like? We talk about the steps to success, and we talk about building rubies. So this whole business is about building rubies. So rubies are your best friend. That's your goal. Even when you first sign up, your goal is Ruby. Your goal is not executive. Don't even look at executive. Kind of act like it doesn't exist. You want to jump to Ruby. So for Diamond is 3 rubies underneath of you. And for those of you that are newer to charting and newer to all of this, it looks more complex than it is. But basically, you've got 3 rubies underneath of you. 2 on one side, 1 on the other. And all you have to do the first steps of let me reword that. The first steps of building your Diamond chart are going to be just getting 3 people. And I wish I could show you. It's going to be hard because I'm not on my phone where I could kind of move the computer better. And maybe it'll show you, but it's going to be backwards. Okay, so here is the Diamond chart. And basically you just want to pay attention to these red boxes. So you've got 3 red boxes. These are your 3 rubies under you. This is you. And these are the 3 rubies. So what you want to focus on, if you don't have any teammates now, or maybe you have some already built, is if you don't have anybody, let's just talk about scratch, or starting from scratch. And if you do have people, you know where they are if they're in these boxes. So what you do, and you want to make this your goal, let's say in the next 2 weeks, is to find 3 people that could use extra money. And you have to look at it more basic like that, because we put so much complexity into, how am I going to gain teammates? Does anybody want to join me? What's the right wording to say? It's basic. It's who needs some extra income. Maybe your first teammates are family members. Maybe they're friends that you went to school with. Maybe they're people from Instagram, but you need to focus on 3. So stop just focusing on your customers and getting customers. You need to branch out. You need to realize that you can be a leader, and you need to get that leader mindset. So from day 1, if you're ready to get to Diamond, you need 3 people. So 3 people up here, and then those 3 people are going to do the exact same thing. So they're going to sign, if you can see this, I might just take my face away. So that person's going to sign 3 people here, and this person is going to sign those 3 people. And this is what you're going to do. You're going to teach them to sign 3 people, because that's the steps to success. 3 distributors and 4 loyal customers a month. So 3 people over here. And you're not going to worry about these boxes over here right now because what we're working on is building 3. Oops, sorry guys. We're working on building 3 rubies. So, where are we at? 3, 3, 3, 3. 1, 2, 3. Now I'm confusing myself because I was looking at it backwards. 1, 2, 3, 1, 2, 3. Okay. Okay, now I'm not going to go any further than that. I will, I'm going to put up another video on the page because it kind of goes into it better for you, and it's really hard for me to write it here without just without confusing you. But this is the goal. So the next 2 weeks, that is your goal, to get 3 people, 3 distributors. And a lot of you guys are so excited. You've been talking about you know, what your goals are already. If you're going to complete the steps to success this month, maybe some of you haven't completed them before and that's what you're running for. But I want you to start, I'm going to challenge you also to heighten those goals, because you can't get to diamond without a diamond mindset. You can't get to triple diamond without a triple diamond mindset. And maybe that didn't come, you know, for me, I never thought I would be at triple diamond. I doubted that I'd ever be at ruby, but as your business grows and as your confidence grows, I feel like you gain that confidence and that, you know, now I have ruby mindset, now I have diamond mindset, now I have ambassador mindset. And maybe you don't have an ambassador team or you don't have a diamond team, but you need to have that mindset. So, let's see. Look at my notes are so scrambled. I don't know if you can see this. It's like chicken scratch. Okay, so I was talking about goals. What I want you to do, I'm challenging you, is challenging you to heighten your goals. If you are wanting to complete the steps of success, don't just put those on your paper. Put that you want 8 loyal customers and you want 5 distributors. You know, go above and beyond, because oftentimes we don't have the confidence in ourselves that you know, enough belief in ourselves to even believe that we can do the steps of success. And if you're looking at 4 customers and 3 distributors as something that, you know, maybe you can do once a year, or maybe in 3 years you'll be able to do it every month or whatever, you're never going to do it. You have to tell yourself it's possible. You have to reach above that, and not like, I feel like so many times we look at that and we think that it's such a high goal to reach, and it's not. It's so easy, but we have to put our intention in the right place, and we have to put our actions in the right place, and we have to build that momentum. Without momentum, without the energy going in the right direction, it's time that's wasted. The last couple of weeks, I have put more intentional time back into my Instagram. I have made more connections with people. I have been more thoughtful. I have tried to get back to the basics of how I first built this business. I've even looked at Timehop. I don't know if you guys have been in over a year, but sometimes it helps to kind of get a glimpse of who you were at your best time. So I've even looked at Timehop and, you know, read over what stuff I did and what stuff was, you know, I see mistakes in my business practice. I'm like, oh gosh, why did I ever post that? That was terrible. But, you know, getting a introspective look at myself and getting back to the basics and just being more excited all the time. And I feel like that's the biggest pull for people, why people come into your business. That momentum has started rolling for me. And for 2 months, I kind of had a big lull in my business because I wasn't putting my efforts where I needed to be. I was still tired. I was still working my business, off and on all throughout the day, sun up to sundown. But I feel like I was working it incorrectly. I was putting effort in and not seeing results. And I was frustrated because I felt like, why am I doing all this stuff and nothing's happening? One, it takes time and consistency. You can do the same things for 2 weeks before you start seeing interest again. You have to believe that that business will come. You cannot get frustrated. You can't stop. You can't quit on a day. You can't take 3 days off from your business. Those things hurt you. So once that momentum starts going, you will see more leads coming in. You'll see more interest coming in. But you have to stay consistent. You have to commit. You have to declare what your goals are out loud. You have to declare them to your family. You have to say, hey guys, this is what I'm running for this month. You have to let your family know what to expect if you're going to run for something. Say you're running for Diamond this month. Put everything out on the table so everybody knows what the goal is. Everybody can be on board or on board as much as possible. And you have to take that daily action, because without that daily action, it's like taking 2 steps backwards. In the time of building your business, you cannot take breaks. Yes, we can take normal little breaks, but you cannot just take a week off. You cannot take a month off. If you take a month off from posting on social media or, posting your before and afters monthly or daily, posting about the opportunity, it's going to take you a month of working so strongly and consistently before you see any kind of increase in business. So do not take those backward steps in your business. You have already made so much progress forward. So you're in the prime of building. You just can't stop. So commit, decide, declare what you're going to be doing this month, and take that daily action. The other thing I wanted to talk about before we go into the questions and stuff is, if you've been in this for a while, maybe it's been 3 months, maybe it's been a year, maybe it's been 2 years. If you've been in this for a while and you're not progressing, or you feel like you're not progressing, hold on, my throat is so dry. I don't know what's going on. I think there's like really bad pollen today. Okay, so if you feel like you're not progressing, you feel like you've been stuck forever, or you're not signing distributors for the last however long, or you're not getting your customers each month, whatever it is, you feel like your paycheck's at a standstill and staying in the same spot, the number one thing we need to do is reevaluate. Sometimes that reevaluation can come, and it comes in the form of like a slap in the face, where your paycheck decreases because you stop doing something, or you stop being excited. Sometimes it stays the same and we just feel like we're not getting anywhere. But the biggest thing you need to do is reevaluate. Nobody's going to work this business for you. Nobody's going to say, hey, here's a whole team of Diamond, or a whole chart filled with distributors, and here's your Diamond chart, and all you have to do is run your auto shipment and boom, you're Diamond. It doesn't work that way. I wish it did, but it doesn't work that way. So nobody's going to do this but you. You are capable of doing this. Just like I thought I wasn't capable. You are no different than me. You just have to look at that chart and look at the boxes and think, look, okay, I don't even know how many boxes are on a Diamond chart. Does anybody else offhand? 5, 6, 7, 8, 9, 10, 11. I think that was 24. 24 boxes on a Diamond chart. Maybe that seems like a lot, but really 24 boxes, like you just go one at a time. Maybe your team isn't signing enough distributors. Maybe those boxes need to be filled by you. It's our job to fill those boxes. hopefully we sign those 3 distributors or those 5 distributors and they sign a few, but it's up to us. So if you're sitting back waiting for somebody to just magically appear on your team, or somebody to just contact you and say, hey, I'm ready, and then they're going to run and fill your whole chart, that might happen, but it's more likely that you're going to have to be the one to do your steps to success and to grow your paycheck. So now is the time. I feel like the momentum on our team has picked up. People are kind of over the initial excitement of summer and vacations and whatever, and they're reemerging out of Summerland or wherever they were. People are ordering, people are signing up as distributors, and we have this amazing bonus. So use that excitement, get out of your comfort zone, reevaluate what's not working, reevaluate why you're still stuck in the same spot, or reevaluate, your goals to shoot higher, whatever it is. We're doing new things on this team. A lot of people, I've talked about it before. It would be easy for me to not do a wrap party, or it'd be easy for me to, not post on the team page. But something that I realized, it's in the same vein of what we're talking about. I realized in the last couple of weeks is that I need to be my own runner. I don't do the wrap parties just for my team. I do them for me. You need to do those things for your team. Yes, you have me. Yes, you have your other uplines, but you need to be your own runner. You have to, when you are not running with your business, your team is not running. When your focus gets put on your team, it's just a distraction from your own business. You get into management mode of like, why isn't this person doing something? Why isn't that person doing something? Why am I the only one doing anything on my team? Why am I the only one that seems inspired or motivated or whatever it is? And you get into management mode and you back away from your personal business. But we are the ones that have to make this work. So we cannot back away. When you start being a runner, that's when more runners are attracted to you. Let's see. Does anybody have anything else that they want to talk about? I need like a breath of air or something. I feel like I talk too much. Anybody have anything they want to put in? Or we have a lot on this Zoom. I'm really excited that you guys joined us. I've got 2 pages of people's faces. Come on, guys. Nothing. The other thing I was going to tell you is that I'm still trying to figure it out. But, one, I'm trying to figure out what I'm going to do about the last contest from July. Because if you guys saw, we were like at number 6, which is so close to 0. So give me a couple days to figure out what I'm going to do with that. And then we are going to have another contest for August. And I really want to do something like, we know the Boom contests work. It gets us all excited. We all feel like, I don't know, it's nice competing against each other too. Yes, we're a team, but it's nice to be like, I don't know, it's friendly competition. So this month, I'm not sure that we're going to do a Boom. We might do something different, but I really want to do something exciting. So expect that to come. Hopefully I'll get it up by tomorrow for the contest. And I think that's all I had. I got all my notes out. All right, so.
I have a question.
Yes.
Okay, so I have a job interview on Wednesday. As you guys know, there's literally 0 income in my house right now. So I have a job interview on Wednesday, and hopefully, obviously, I'll get it. But I hope to expand this business while I'm working, and I guess I'm wondering what other experiences are, I guess, with not being inappropriate, like while you're working, but still, kind of making your business grow. and how I should post that, because I can't post saying, oh yeah, I'm making, awesome money with It Works, but then, oh, hey, I had to get a job,
Well, I think it's just mindset. Anyone else is, feel free to answer too, that I'm not working outside of the home anymore. But I did when I first joined It Works, I was still working outside of the home. And yeah, there's always that, like, it's a balance of how you're wording things and, because you don't want to sound misleading or anything like that. But, there's no judgment. I think we put the judgment on ourselves and all these thoughts of like what this person's thinking and what that person is thinking, whatever. There doesn't need to be any, justification from you as to why you're working another job. The other thing is, It Works is fun. And if you're not having fun, you're not doing it for good reasons either. Yes, we want money. We want our dream board crossed off, but it's also fun. So there are other reasons. Like, some people just do It Works that didn't even need it because they wanted fun in their life. I mean, there are so many things in this business. It's friendship. It's fun. It's dreaming. It's to have something that, outside of mommy land, to feel like, you're capable of, other than just being a mom or whatever it is. So don't worry about what other people are thinking. Who doesn't want to bring more money into their home? If you're bringing in money from It Works and you're bringing in money from another job, that's extra. Oh, what is that? Your internet connection is unstable. Okay. That's just extra money. So don't worry so much about what other people are going to think. Talk about how It Works is giving you extra money to put away in savings account, or, whatever it is. You just have to get creative, and you have to remember this is more, it's not just about money, focus on all the things that you get out of this business. Did that help?
Yeah, no, you're right. It's more of like the wording, and how to kind of switch it up with what I've been saying, if I do get this job. So is there anybody on here who is working who might know how they're posting or whatever?
I always talk about what my plans are, what I want to do, because I work full time myself, and it's always all my plans. Literally, that's all I ever talk about.
Like your future goals, right?
Yeah, like what I plan on doing. Like, I plan to be a stay-at-home mom. I can't wait to do this with my kids every day, or to bring my husband home, or something like that. But every opportunity is how close I am to that.
So, so for you, I would incorporate that and just talk about, people are going to talk about what you're doing in your life, no matter what. It doesn't matter what rank you are. My sister and I were kind of talking about that earlier today. It's like, even, whether you're at ruby level or diamond level or executive or triple diamond, people are always going to have something to say about what you're doing and whether it's right, or, maybe she's full of crap. I mean, I had somebody just last night message me on Instagram, and she was like, and she commented on my opportunity post, and she was like, is this for real? And I was like, no, like I totally just post my whole life here in my kids' faces, and I'm lying about making money. Like, who would do that? Like, my kids' faces are right here. This is my kid here. Why would I just sit here and be a liar to you? I of course didn't say that to her, but so I messaged her, and I was careful about what I said, because I don't want anything combative from anyone. And she then responded with, oh, well, someone told me it was fake, so I decided not to do it. And I was like, fake? What do you mean it's fake? So people will assume whatever they want to assume, or they will think whatever they want to think, and they won't believe you, no matter whether you tell them you're making $100 extra a month, or if you tell them you're making $7,000 extra a month. At whatever level, you will get, judged somewhat, because we're doing something that's outside of the box. Some people resent us for doing something that makes us so happy or gives us more freedom or whatever. But, if you have to work a full-time job until you get to the rank that you want, or a part-time job or whatever, like, who cares? you're doing what you need to do for your family. So just get creative with your posts and, you know, put a little less thought into how somebody might take it. You know what I mean?
And is it Kirsten or Kristen?
It's Kirsten.
That's what
Like,
I thought.
Here, yeah.
Okay. So I know one of my girlfriends who I tried to pull her in to become a distributor, and she said, I don't want to because I want to be able to get out and work and get out of my house. And all that aside, I just think there's moms out there that do want to work outside the home, but that can also use a job like this. Yeah, go. Where they could, you're okay. Sorry, of course. Where they can get out of the house, but also make money on the side and help women. And you're okay. I'm sorry. Help women like achieve a healthier lifestyle or losing weight or whatever it is. Because I used to be a massage therapist, and eventually I want to get back into that and then incorporate the It Works product into that business. But all I'm saying is I think you're fine that you have to go and get another job and just be real about it. People like honesty and realness. So if you just say, you know, I'm working and I'm also doing It Works, you know, I think you'll be fine. So that's my 2 cents with my baby's crying.
Yeah, that was perfect. Thank you. And don't worry, mine was screaming too at the same time. So you just couldn't hear him.
Anybody else have any questions or?
No, I just wanted to, can you hear me?
Yes.
I just wanted to point out that I have a full-time job as well. And I promote It Works on my off time. Like I put posts like how thankful I am to make the extra money on my off time or on my weekends that I'm off, or I found that I get a lot of response that way. Like I still work full time. I don't know if that helps you, Kirsten.
Yeah, no, that's perfect. What I'm trying to figure out how to say, but you guys are helping me a lot. Thank you.
And also, in that same kind of way, because you're talking about, you know, you haven't been working, but you're going back to work. So you're wondering, you know, are these people going to think that you're full of crap with this business and how it's helping you? And I don't think so. I think like what they were saying about being real, you know, we all have life struggles and we have things that happen unexpectedly. So maybe talk about it in that way. Like, you're so thankful for It Works because, you know, stuff does happen. And sometimes our income decreases unexpectedly, or, you know, we have another baby, or we have a big house bill to pay for or expense or something, you know, whatever it is. And having something steady on the outside that can bring in extra money in the meantime, while you're building income from another job, like just focus on it that way. Like, I don't think that there's anything wrong with that. I think you should just talk about, you know, stuff has happened, but I'm so thankful for It Works because of this. You know, just keep it like that. Keep it positive, and no one's going to sit here and dissect stuff like we do. We're our like own worst enemies when it comes to all of this. And you've been doing great lately. Your posts have been really good, so keep it up.
And you just have to remember, like, I have a really good friend who worked 2 jobs while opening a boutique in South Carolina, and she still bartends on the side because she's building a business. You're not going to be a millionaire overnight. And people, they see us like post, oh, It Works is doing this, It Works is doing that, and they think we are, but in reality, no one woke up, signed for It Works, and then the next day was making $10,000 a month.
Yeah.
And that's the same with any kind of business. If you're opening a business to sell clothes or makeup, or, you know, you're starting a Walmart, you're not going to be this entrepreneur overnight. It's going to take time.
And we're lucky because a lot of, you know, regular businesses, I don't know what the statistics are, but they say it takes however long when you open a business, like a restaurant or, a salon or whatever it is, a standstill business. It takes so long before you even break even with expenses that go into it, whatever. I mean, and it's not fair because, people that own their own business outside of a network marketing company or whatever, if you put a status update like, oh, I'm starting my own restaurant, everyone's going to be like, oh, congratulations, that's amazing, so proud of you, how good for you, whatever, and you say, I'm starting my own business with network marketing, and you get like zero response, so it's just this negative mindset that's out there. But with real businesses, they put in so much money, and it takes time if they ever see a profit. We have such little expenses with this, and it does take time to build our income, but it can grow so much faster than even a regular business. So hopefully you got some good tips from that. Does anybody have any other questions before we go? Or
I mean, I can't say.
Nobody? I did record this, so I will post it in the team page tomorrow. It takes a little while to upload it to YouTube for it to render and everything. The other thing, let's see. The other thing that I didn't touch on is at the beginning of the month is I started doing it a couple months ago, is I also tried to add something new to my dream board. And, we have to keep this business fun. So if you feel like you are kind of in a funk, or, you're like doubting, how fast you're going or whatever it is, take a little tiny break. Don't get distracted, but go on to Pinterest. I did this the other night, and I just started going through Pinterest, and I started looking at stuff, and I saw these amazing backyard patios and these amazing kitchens, and whatever it is that you're interested in. Maybe you're not interested in home improvement stuff. I'm really into interior decorating and design and all of that stuff. So looking at all these things, these beautiful things, because I've kind of comfortable, or kind of felt like I got comfortable with my dreaming. Like, I don't want an extravagant life. I don't want a big yacht. I don't want anything ridiculous. I just want to be stable. So I felt like I kind of got comfortable. And by going on there and looking at these things and thinking, this is possible, I just have to believe it. I have to keep going. I have to keep putting one foot in front of the other foot. I feel like when we stop dreaming, we stop working, we stop believing, we stop doing. So if you need that, maybe that's something that would help you. Because for me, when I go on Pinterest, I'm like, oh my God, I want that. Oh my God, I want that. Oh my God, I want that. And it's, don't get yourself depressed, because you have in your hands an opportunity that can get you those things, or can get your family those things, or can give back to others, or whatever it is. So for me, that's what helps. And every beginning of the month now, I'm putting something new on my dream board. Hopefully I'm crossing something off from the previous month, but if not, I'm building it up. So you have to stay excited, and you have to keep dreaming. If you are setting your dreams too small, then, you need to put something ridiculous on there. Missy told us that a couple months ago, 2 months ago, maybe it was the beginning of last month. That's what her and Kenny, they're our presidential upline. I think they're number 8 income earners now, but it doesn't matter. They're in the top 10, which is insane. And that's one thing that they did that in the very beginning was they put something ridiculous on their dream board. And Missy was like, Kenny said, this is what I want. And Missy was like, that's ridiculous. And that's what they needed. They needed something big to push themselves. So put something big down and get excited. Like, for me, visually, looking at stuff helps. So if you need to take a 10-minute break and get inspired, go on Pinterest and start dreaming. And that's all I have, guys.
Who the heck goes on Pinterest for 10 minutes?
I know.
I go on there and I get lost all night.
That's why I said be careful. Or I said, don't get distracted. But like set a timer or something, whatever. If it's an hour, one day, it's
That doesn't happen. I fall asleep on there.
You know what I mean. Allow yourself to dream a little bit and then go back to following.
Yes, I definitely have to do my dream board this month.
Oh, hey, and don't forget Tiffany Hurst training is starting soon.
Did it already start? Or
I saw she just posted a few minutes ago about it. I thought it said 9:30 Eastern time.
Okay.
Is there like an event or something? Because this is the first I've heard about it.
You should make one that's open to everybody about like the diamond, the bonus and what to do and how to get it and all that stuff. So
can you add me to it?
I think he posted it. I don't have it right off.
Yeah, I do.
Okay, thank you.
But it's also, if you go to Tiffany Her's personal page, she posted about it earlier, like right after this morning when they announced that. So, but I will go ahead and upload this tomorrow for anybody that missed it. And we're going to get this month rolling because I'm so excited. I feel like August has magic in it. If you guys need to message me, if you need help with charting, if you need advice on anything, just please feel free to message me or your upline or any upline, whatever, stay in touch with us. And let's make it a really amazing month because last month picked up for a lot of us. And as a team, we can make it pick up for everybody and we're going to go to the top. So thanks for joining me, guys. And we will talk again next Monday. And for the local teammates that are on here, I will see you this coming Sunday.
Yes.
So thanks, guys. Have a great night.
Bye.
Bye. Did anyone take a picture?
Yes, I took 4.
Oh, geez. I'm probably like...
I posted that one. It's okay.